Well, the lighting's terrible, and obviously the video is too, but hopefully I don't freeze this time. It really is very bad lighting. But I'm using a computer, so hopefully we won't have the issues we've had in the past with like those streams cutting out. Hi, how are you? I'm just getting used to being on a computer. Thank you. I'm like starting to enjoy my shorter hair because it's I don't know, it's like growing out a little bit. So I'm not, I don't know, I'm like starting to like it. Younger, shorter hair. Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. I like it. Hi, how are you? My week was good. I like can't even remember what I did. Clearly, I was busy, but I can't even think of anything. Just must have been a busy week. How was your week? Both of you. Did you have good weeks? Any good music? I saw that you had the Adele album. I haven't listened yet, so I have to do that because I think that's the album we decided for next week, but I haven't listened yet. I've just seen clips of her performance, which looked really good. And I don't know. I like her personality, and that's why I like watching her perform, as well as just the fact that she has a good voice. I can already tell you that the first part of the album is a bit experimental. I don't know, like I don't necessarily know what that means necessarily, but I guess go in with an open mind is like a good thing. But I don't really like I don't know. I never really have high or like specific expectations, not high expectations, but specific expectations until I don't know. I like listen to the album because I saw some people being really judgy about the album and saying, "Oh, it's not good," but like I don't I don't know if that's true. I think people are just dramatic. Got the new Ed Sheeran album on vinyl for my birthday. Oh yeah, happy late birthday. Was that I'm bad at dates. I know it was recent. But happy late birthday. One song has like an Amy Winehouse chorus. I can see that for her voice. Like that's not I mean I guess it is surprising, but it's kind of like I could see it fitting her voice really well and sounding nice. I honestly don't know a ton about Adele, but like every interview I've ever seen of her, she has just been so charming and wonderful. The 11th of November, right? I knew it was around the 12th because when we had talked about Red coming out, I was like, oh, it's almost the same as your birthday. Well, I hope you had a great birthday and enjoyed listening to the Ed Sheeran album and all of that. I don't care much about Adele's personal life. I don't really either, to be perfectly honest. Not like in a mean way, but in the kind of I don't know. I just it doesn't seem like I need to learn about her personal life. I know she got divorced, and I know that that is what this album is about in a way. I haven't listened to it, but that's just what I've heard, like for context. Did I see that Target is doing the 3 for 2 promo? I did, but I'm trying not to spend money, which is very difficult, especially right now. But it is good to know. I will tell my boyfriend though in case he wants to buy something. We've been doing good with no spending, but it's hard. I also think I got burnt out on buying vinyl. Like I just have so much. I sold some of it last week for the first time, but I don't know. Had Adele 25 on CD with birthday money because my vinyl scratch. Oh, okay. I know that album. I like that album a lot. I feel like Adele, like, I don't know, her whole vibe and her whole everything, it just works with vinyl. Like some artists, there's just a, I don't know, poeticism to listening to them on vinyl, and Adele is one of them. What did I sell? I sold my 5 Seconds of Summer Orange Young Blood vinyl because I literally have never listened to it. And it was worth like when I looked on Discogs, it was like $250, but I sold it for 100 because I didn't want to be like I wanted to make money, but I didn't want to be mean. So I don't know, that seemed okay. And then I sold Panic at the Disco, like this limited silver edition of what is that album called? Why can't I think? Like the album that everyone knows by them. I don't know why I can't think of it. And then I sold Ashton Irwin Super Bloom because again, I've never listened to it. And then I sold the Hannah Montana record I have, which I didn't realize was such a big deal for some people. But like literally within seconds of me posting it on the Facebook group, somebody messaged me. Like I thought his message was an automated like response to my post. That's how fast it was. And I was like, yeah, you got it. So I sent it to him and he was really nice. So it was all records that I don't really listen to regularly. And I don't know. How much did I get for the Hannah Montana vinyl? I sold it for like 65. I don't know. Must have been super cheap. Yeah, I think like it retails for like 20 or 25 and I sold it for 60, but like the resale market is like crazy for that. I had no idea, but it's being sold for like 130 and I'm like trying not to like I'm trying to make money, but I'm trying not to rip off these people, you know? And I just don't appreciate scalping in general, so I don't want to like play into it. So somebody on that same Facebook group was offering Red Taylor's version for $90. And everyone's like, but it's literally on sale still. Like we can get it in the store. I don't know. You're a good person. Thank you. Well, I don't know. Okay. Let me figure out this light situation. That was very traumatic lighting. But I know what it's like to really want a record and not be able to afford it because people are charging like insane amounts, like 1989 record store day. So I just like don't want to feed into that. Like I made more than I spent, but I didn't rip someone off. eBay sellers love to sell standard pressings for premium prices. I hate it so much. I get like selling it for more than you got it for, especially if it's a limited edition. But, you know, there's some I don't even remember what 1989 record store day is right now, but I know that one time I looked and it was like 700. Does my Target have the red blue banisters? I don't know. Last time I went, they had like the Target version of chemtrails, but I didn't see the blue banisters one. I don't know. I haven't bought blue banisters yet. And I actually liked that album like a lot more than I thought I was going to. I have to pick that up at some point. But there are so many Target stores around me. Like if I go into the app, there's at least like 10 within 10 miles of me. So if it's not available in one location, I just like can find another where it's available really easily. The red blue Ministers vinyl is such a mess. It's so hard to find. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't really looked to be honest, but I haven't seen it. But like I always see the chemtrails one because and I remember that I see it because I think that's like my favorite cover for chemtrails that exists now, at least. I don't know. Target's so random with like their pressings being hard to find though, because like I remember when Lover came out, the Target pressing, and it was so hard to find. Like it sold out, and then it was just difficult. But then, like, I don't know, it's so easy to find now. And same with Folklore, Evermore, all of those. I like it that it's not limited edition. I like it because it kind of cuts down on people overcharging for them on the secondhand market, which makes me happy. I don't know. Target is a mess. Yeah. I love Target though. That's where I do like every bit of shopping that I need to do. Like the one near me has like groceries and everything. But yeah, I got where is it? I got my red vinyl. I just posted a video like 10 minutes ago, so you might not have seen it yet. But I got it. I like it. I like it. I think it looks really nice in person and I don't know. I like in the inside, those are handwritten lyrics for All Too Well. I think this is a beautiful picture. But the problem I have with it is the problem I think everyone has with it is that when they stick 2 records in each of these sides. So I took 2 of them out and I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it because literally these 2 were in that one like pocket or whatever and they wouldn't come out. They were so like jammed in there. I had to just sit there and like slowly like tug at it until it gave because I was so scared that I would break it. You know, I didn't want to tear the sleeve or anything because it came in decent condition. Um, but yeah, that was kind of irritating. So I think I'm going to put like the first one on this side, the second one on this side, and then I have to figure out what to do with the other two. Like I'm thinking of just putting them alone in a plastic sleeve, but I don't know, like that like stresses me out. But I know that's like enough for it, but like I don't know. Why did it have to be like this? It just looked so like bulky with all 4 of them in. I hated it. So use sleeves, put it into the outer sleeves. Yeah, I have sleeves, so I'm thinking of doing that because not only like it doesn't fit, like the 4 records don't fit in here. Because when I like you know how I set up my Instagram pictures with vinyl, like I put the record down and then like the cover behind it, I guess. And normally like it just lies flat, but I took one record out, I put it on top to take the picture, and this was just like it would not lie flat. It was so like it looked so bad. It was awful. The Fearless vinyl is so much more premium. I agree. Like I thought the Fearless vinyl was like really gorgeous. I thought it looked nice in the packaging. It fit the packaging well. But for Red, I don't know. In general, Taylor needs more people on her graphic design team who know how to do graphic design. Like for the longest time, I know we've talked about this, but her website had blurry images. Like all of like it drove me crazy. But like I don't hate the picture. And I love the new color scheme that's like a lot browner and more like chocolatey, I guess. But I don't know. It's so there it leaves so much to be desired. But I don't know. They, you know, the picture that they posted, and I posted like a fan made cover with it that I made. But it's the one where she's standing up in the car and she's like smiling and looks happy. I liked that picture better. I was like, why didn't they use that in any of the packaging? Like, it's beautiful. I don't know. And red being on black vinyl doesn't bother me that much, to be honest. Like, I feel like it fits. And then the Target version is red if you want red vinyl, but it's I don't know, the black classic vinyl just seems to fit red for me really well. I also have my what's upside down. I have my ring on, my red ring. The other merch that I got the matches because I'm a sucker. It was like, I don't know, they were like $6. And I was like, that seems fine. So I bought those. I bought the slip mat, which I haven't played anything on it yet, but it looks really nice. And then I got a t shirt, wine glass charms, and a signed CD. That's it. And then over red, black, clear, translucent, blue, and gray records. Yeah, that seems like really everything. Um, this okay, so this ring is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I don't know, her jewelry is like pretty good quality, the ones I've had. Um, and but this one feels like, you know, durable. Like there's weight to it. Tries not to buy records, spends all money on merch. I know it's terrible. But I don't know. I'm trying to be better. I will say, like, some of the well, I also got like a bundle of free merch, like Capital One. I have a Capital One credit card, and they had a thing for Capital One card holders who you could like enter to win a merch bundle. So I just entered like 100 times, not 100 times, it was like five. And then I finally won a free merch bundle, and then I gave that to my friend. I was like, go enter using my credit card. And yeah, she won one as well, and it includes a mug, a bag, and a puzzle. I think that's everything. Mug, a bag, and a puzzle. I think that's everything. It's like just it all has the red cover, like the one from the album. That's it. But it was free and fun. I still haven't finished my folklore puzzle because that's so aggravating. It's like the worst puzzle. You can't even like you can't tell. Like normal puzzles you would line up like a line across the pieces and that's how you would but it's like blue and gray blobs, so it's so hard to check. Oh, hi. Well, welcome back. Pairing Bluetooth earbuds. I love Bluetooth headphones, but I think mine are broken because they never sound good on like calls or whatever. Also, want stuff for free. Yeah, if it's like free Taylor merch, I'm like there for it. Yeah, let's talk about the album itself. So, okay, so first off, my since there's no video, yeah, there will be. I think I'm feeling it this week. I'm like I don't know. I had to adjust a few things because I wrote it years ago. Like part of the script when I was reading it, when I was rewriting it, it was like Lover just came out, and I think of Lover as Red's older sister. I was like, oh my god, if I had known how much came since then. But I'm like in a weird place where editing is like so hard for me. I am feeling it this week. I want to do it. I will say that. Ultimately, I want to do it. Okay, so Red, Taylor's version. So my first thought, like immediately, was that it is very different from the original album in a few different ways. Like there are certain songs and certain moments where it sounded very, very different. And I liked that because I thought with Fearless, and this wasn't a criticism of Fearless, because I thought this was the point, was to make real recordings that sounded exactly the same or very similar to the original. But I really liked that she like messed around with some of the songs on Taylor's version of Red and made them feel a little bit different. Like Girl at Home, I think is the most obvious difference. Because I think that song, I never hated that song, but I think it was like not that popular. So I think it was cool that she reinvented it a little bit. The places I noticed the most changes was definitely on what is it, 22 in We're Never Ever Getting Back Together. I just thought it was I don't know. I don't think I liked it quite as much. I don't know. There was just something about it that just sounded very, very different and like not quite as blended together as the original version. It was like the we part 100%. But I really liked I'm just thinking of like the standard part and then we'll talk about the bonus tracks and stuff. But like it does sound weird, and I like my friend texted me. She was like, "I don't like We Are Never Getting Back Together in 22 on this album. I feel bad." I was like, "No, don't feel bad. I get it. There's like something missing in it, but like I'll listen to it because it's Taylor's version, of course. But it's definitely not as good. I don't know. She should have hired Max Martin. What is the thing with Max Martin? There's like something going on because people were saying that 1989 was supposed to come out this summer, and then she couldn't work with Max Martin for some reason. But I could have looked into it. It's been months, but I just haven't. But apparently that is why 1989 got delayed. But I feel like his like the lack of his touch or whatever on these songs is really obvious. Like I can really hear it and it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like sometimes people think you can replicate a producer's style, but like clearly can't. The Max Martin tracks were a bit of a mess and got me worried for 1989. Like I know people are really excited for 1989. I am as well. Like just in general, that was like one of the Taylor eras where I was really into her, but I couldn't afford like any merch or to see her on tour. So I'm excited like to experience the era again when I have a little more funds. But I'm like way more excited for Speak Now and Debut to come out. Like 1989 is so good. Wildest Dreams, I didn't hate it as much, but like I don't know, like there's some songs on 1989. Well, I guess maybe she has an opportunity to like make Bad Blood better. I don't know. That song, I've only ever loved Bad Blood when it was like a different version or like mixed up with another song. 1989 is so recent. Yeah, it's so recent that it doesn't like I'm not that interested in hearing the reimagining of it yet. I mean, I'll be excited when it does come out, but like revisiting Red or Fearless is like super exciting because it was long enough ago that it's fun to revisit it in general, but it's also fun to see her new takes on it and the new songs. But I will say for Reputation in 1989, I am really excited to see what the from the vault tracks are because 1989 and especially Reputation, there were a lot less leaks. Like Red ended up leaking about 2 weeks before it came out when it first was released, but Reputation was a lot more like protected. So there were far less leaks. I don't even know what a unreleased song from the Reputation era is. Reputation isn't coming next year, right? I don't really know. I just think it's until she can't even legally re-record and start that process until next year. So yeah, it wouldn't come soon. But I kind of hope Speak Now is next. I'm excited for that. I think Reputation. I don't know. I don't know. In my mind, I think it'll be nice if she ends her re-recording era with her debut, because I don't know. It's called Taylor Swift. Like Taylor. Like I don't know. It feels more like it has an emotional impact to me, anyways. But I don't know. Speak Now next is what I want, though. Do you think she'll drop only 2 records next year? I think she'll drop at least 2 because that's like on track with what she's been doing. Maybe 3, like maybe one a little bit earlier in the year, and then 3. But I can't see more than 3. There aren't even that many left. There's 4 left, right? Is that what it is? I think so. But yeah, I think she'll drop at least 2, maybe 3. Pretty sure she ordered the vinyl for the next release already. I like I hope so because Red, my copy arrived a few days ago, and like that would have been perfectly on time if it had actually come out on the 19th. So, I don't know. It is surprising to not know anything, but I also don't look at leaks that much. I try not to. Um and even then I like wouldn't know how to access it. So when like there are rumors of stuff, I usually don't hear about them. I'm very out of the loop because I usually just stick to Reddit, like the Taylor Swift subreddit, and like rumors will come up there, but they're like really strict about leaks and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know, I'm always interested in what they are, but I'm really always a fan of listening to unreleased music, like a difference, but I don't know. I like to hear all of these unreleased songs that Taylor has come up with, and it's fun to hear I don't know, how her style evolves between albums because I always feel like all of her unreleased tracks, you can tell what albums they were written in between. Like there are some of them that feel like on Red, there are some that feel more Speak Now and some that feel more 1989. My biggest grower for the new Red recording, like one that I didn't like as much and I like it more now, or just in general. Let me see. I don't know. I think I have a lot of the same songs, to be honest. I love the song State of Grace, and I liked it enough on the first version, but like I really like it on this. And I don't know if it's just because in general I've been listening to that song more. So I've been like primed to like it, but I've been listening to State of Grace a lot. Holy Ground was like my favorite before and still one of my favorites. I love the new version and I think it like holds up. But I don't know. Like I think maybe the like extended version tracks I'm appreciating more. Girl at Home, definitely. Taylor's version is so much better. The one song I will say I haven't really listened to is Ronin because it makes me sad and I don't like I don't know. I just like it feels like its own special beautiful thing and I don't want to listen to it right now. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about State of Grace. The instrumental sounds a lot different. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about production to say this articulately, I think, but I always think there's, I don't know, a difference in like the tone or like the richness of production depending on when it happens. And it is interesting to compare them. I don't know. Starlight, I've always liked that song. I really like Red. Some of the slower songs don't do that much for me. Like, I mean, I like Everything Has Changed, but it like doesn't. I don't know. Why do you think she changed? Why do you think she changed much with this record and not with Fearless? I honestly don't know. I think, well, for Girl at Home, I think the reason she changed it so much is because people didn't like that song that much. I kind of did, but people didn't like it that much, and it wasn't as popular, so she wanted to give it like a new chance. But I felt like Fearless was pretty consistently liked through the album, whereas Red had more variety. But that's one thing I like about it. Like I say this in my video, which will come at some point, but Red is like a true coming of age album, and it's all about everything you feel when you're coming of age and growing up. And that's how I think the inconsistent sound through the album makes sense. Like I like it. Never listened to the second part of Red. I mean I've listened to it, but it's just never been like that exciting for me. Um like Oh, are you talking about the second half of the album or this or like the extended version tracks? Because I can hear what like I can get it for both of those responses. Um the Lucky One is a song I really like, but it sounds like something to me. Like it sounds like another song, and it's driving me crazy because I can't figure out what song it sounds like. But I don't know. I like it though. But I don't know. I like Begin Again a lot. Most of the songs remind me of other songs. I feel like, I mean, I listen, I love Red, and I think that it was like the perfect coming of age, like early 20s album for Taylor to put out. And like, obviously, it's about heartbreak and all of these things, and it's beautiful. But I do understand why it didn't win Album of the Year because it does have these inconsistencies. Um, Not necessarily in quality, but like, it's not, I don't know, it's like not as cohesive. Like 1989 was incredible. Red is good, but it's so much more disjointed, which to me is part of the charm. But I also understand why it didn't win Album of the Year. I don't know. There's not really a song on here that I don't like. I listened to like all of it. The Last Time is the original Exile. Absolutely. What do you think of that song? Because a lot of people don't like it because they don't like this guy's voice. I think it's fine, but I don't think it blends as well as her other duets do. Like some of her, like Exile, blend like her voice blends beautifully. Or I Bet You Think About Me from later on this album. Like her voice sounds better with other people, I think. But I don't think his voice is bad, and I actually really like um, parts of Last Time. His vocals in the last minute aren't my fave. Like they just sound a little bit jarring to me, I guess. I think he's a good singer, and like on another song, maybe I would like it more, but it's just a little jarring towards the end. I don't know. I don't hate it as much as everyone else does. I don't know. People are really critical sometimes. But let me think. Okay, so the bonus tracks. I didn't know most of these, like the truly unreleased ones. I actually didn't know them at all, which is kind of cool because especially some of her earlier unreleased music, I know it really well because I would listen to it all the time. But yeah, it was nice to listen to songs I had never heard. I loved Message in a Bottle. I thought it was like so cute and weird. Um, Nothing New was, I mean, they're all good, I think. I don't know how you felt about Message in a Bottle, but like I liked it. It was like that upbeat, like cute, very Speak Now in a way. And part of it reminded me of some of her like Christmas song. I don't know. There's like some of the vocals that sounded like that. It is her first female collab. Nothing new, to clarify, not not a message in a bottle, but it was like a real collab. I was actually really surprised because that's I think is like I think I'm getting it mixed up actually. Message in a Bottle might be the one that sounded more 1989 and Nothing New was more Speak Now. I can't remember. I was just listening to it like an hour ago and I can't even remember. The whole album reminds them of winter and Christmas. Red in general, to me, red sounds like or feels like the first day of fall, like where you suddenly realize it's cold. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like there's a day where like you're transitioning into fall and it's still kind of you walk outside and it's like crisp and you're like I need a sweater. That's what red sounds like and feels like to me. But it's definitely like this deeper red color she's going with is more late fall. I don't know. I'm like big on um, color schemes. It's totally October, November. I think that's such a perfect time for it. Evermore is so December to me. Red is definitely fall, like pure autumn. Evermore came out on like the perfect day for it. Like it fits exactly when it was released. Like there's no doubt in my mind that it's a December album to me. Maybe even early January, but totally winter. And looking at this track list is hard to read, like on the back, like the way it's set up, it like does not work with my brain. So I'm trying to like make sure we talk about all the songs that I wanted to. Um, Better Man and Babe are obviously songs that have come out before that other people recorded, and Taylor has now like released her version of doing them. Um, I I like them. I like the originals that came out, and I like these versions. You know, I get that Taylor's version has to be on the track or something for streaming and whatever, but like, why can't the album just not have that? Like, it just doesn't look that good. Why was I Bet You Think About Me a single? I don't know. That actually very much surprised me. I like it. I like Chris Stapleton. The music video was fine. It wasn't my favorite, but it was like funny. It was cute. The wedding theme, people think, oh my gosh, people are driving me insane on TikTok. They were like, "Oh, she like smears her finger in the cake, it forms an A, which means she's married to Joe Alwyn." I was like, I hope that if Taylor gets married, she never tells anybody, just because it's so annoying when people try to uh, react to it. The song is a bit generic. I mean, it kind of is, but I do think it sounds really nice. I think their voices sound nice together, and it's funny. I don't know. Like, I like this song. I definitely would not have thought of it as the like single from this album. Music video is better than the song. The music video is cute. Like, I liked it. I didn't know what to expect. I don't really know much about Blake Lively, to be honest, but she did a good job. It had a cute, like, humor to it that I liked. I don't know. I was like shocked to see Miles Teller because I don't know. There were so many rumors that he was unvaccinated, and I was like, why would she have him on the set? But she wouldn't have someone on the set if he wasn't vaccinated. So I guess that rumor is over. The 10-minute version of All Too Well. Okay, so I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So, okay, so this has bothered me forever. But for the 10-minute version of All Too Well, I don't think that it existed before this. I don't think there was ever like a 10-minute version of All Too Well that people have been asking for this whole time. Because if you look at the interview Liz Rose said, where she first mentioned that there was a longer version of All Too Well, she says it was basically just a jam session for 20 minutes. She doesn't say there was a 10-minute version of All Too Well. This is not really relevant to what I think of the song, but it has always driven me crazy because I don't know where people got this idea from. And I really do believe that this is not just stuff for from that version, but I think that some of this was like I think it was put together now is my point from that 20-minute jam session. She acts as if there was. But like I don't believe it. Because everything else, like at the time, every interview says that it was like 20 minutes. They never said 10 minutes. I don't know. It's like so irrelevant, but I really feel like it's driving me crazy because it just sounded like she was mad and sad and heartbroken, and she and her band were just like playing, like, and she was just like singing and ranting and getting it all out. And it was like 20 minutes worth of lyrics is what they actually said. And then everyone's like, there's a 10-minute version. And I've been so confused about it. Like, did I miss something? Because Liz Rose literally says 20 minutes, 20-minute jam session. I'm happy she did, and I'm happy that it's actually good. In my opinion, the 10-minute version of All Too Well, because when I well, first the last 3 minutes is kind of like I it felt a little like she was like, okay, we have to make it 10 minutes. But I think it's really good. Like I actually think it was worth having it be 10 minutes long, and it doesn't feel like it's 10 minutes. Like the first time I listened to it, it's like went by so fast. And I actually think like every part of that song was like worth it. It wasn't just throwing in random lyrics or whatever, because I wasn't sure if she was just going to like keep writing verses or if it was going to be like a new like bridge, which is basically what it was. And I really liked it. And the lyrics were like really biting and cool. And I don't know, people need to back off Jake Gyllenhaal though. I'm not like his biggest fan or anything, but like, I don't know. People need to leave him alone. It's really embarrassing to be a Taylor Swift fan sometimes. Like when you some of the people, some of the ways people conduct themselves, like I get embarrassed to say that I'm a Taylor fan because people tell like John Mayer to die. I'm like, I don't think he was a nice boyfriend, but I also don't, I don't know. Like it's not my life. It's weird. And I think people need to stop. But like Jake Gyllenhaal, like obviously he's the one All Too Well is about, and it's like really like brutal towards him. But I also think like the reason I get emotional when I listen to All Too Well is not because I hate Jake Gyllenhaal. I actually think he's great, but it's because like everyone can relate to that situation, their own version of it. So like that's why people like it. It's not because we all hate Jake Gyllenhaal. I also think, like in my mind, Taylor Swift fans are in their 20s because I'm in my 20s. Like, I'm like, how are people acting like that? But I remember she keeps like her fans are all ages. So, and like some of her fans who are doing this like weren't even born when all this drama was going down. So that makes me feel old. But also, it's like I don't know. People need to conduct themselves better online. I don't know, people really like, I don't know, this is a bit of a tangent, but some people, especially younger people who just might not know yet, just the things they say to strangers online are just like, I just, like, who taught them that that was okay? Like, someone needs to teach them that you can't just say whatever you want to anybody. But I don't know, I feel bad for Jake Gyllenhaal ultimately because it sounds like he was a shitty boyfriend, but like, ultimately that was a long time ago and also none of my business. I don't know, same with John Mayer. I don't know, unless someone like committed an actual crime, I don't really let it affect my perception of them. I don't know. Like, yeah, I absolutely try to be nice and I try to always remember that there's somebody on the other side of it that like even if they're being mean, they're probably not like an evil person. So I try not to play into arguments, even though it's hard sometimes. It depends what crime. That's true. That's definitely true. When I say like if somebody committed a crime, I mean like assault or murder or something. If they just like smoked weed, I don't care. Um, but usually I don't know, I don't like to get involved. I don't get it. How I like the video. I liked it. I was surprised by it, but I liked it. The girl in it, Sadie Sink, I think is her last name. I have never watched Stranger Things, so I wasn't familiar with her. But I just watched Fear Street on Netflix, which is very good. And she was just so amazing in it. Like she was just so, I don't know, like good at acting and like charming. So I was excited to see her in it. And I loved Dylan O'Brien when he was in Teen Wolf, like too much. I really liked him. So I was excited to see both of them. I think it was interesting, like their age difference was super apparent in like how they looked, how they were styled, everything. And I thought it was good. Like it wasn't too much. Taylor is so good at so many things, but she's not like the best at subtlety sometimes. So I was afraid it was going to be like too literal and too whatever, but I thought it did a good job of telling the story without being too much. I don't know. Sadie isn't the best actress. She felt like she had struggles being focused during the fight scene. Yeah, I've only watched it like twice, to be fair, so I might not have like caught stuff like that, but I don't know. I just there's something about her that's like very charming, and I don't know what it is, but I enjoy watching her. Um, but I don't know. It was like it was good. It wasn't too jarring of a music video. A little much to call it a short film, but I thought it like was really good. Especially, have you seen her SNL performance? I thought that it was really good. And that was the one point where I was like, okay, that really long outro that lasted for 3 minutes for some reason works really well live. Like it's good on the album, but like when she and her two backup singers who performed with her, I really like them as well. And their voice is amazing together. So I thought it was great. I was surprised she did the 10-minute version. I was too. I thought like Lauren Michaels was like pretty strict about stuff like that, but I think that it was the only song she did, right? Like she didn't do two like people normally do. She did the one. So I guess that makes sense. I saw fans already requesting the 10-minute version in concert. I'm interested in what her next tour is going to be because people are saying that she's going to tour next year. So, got to save up some money for one. And two, like, what is she going to tour for? Like, what is it? Because I have so, like, Lover being like a festival, like, made sense. But Folklore and Evermore don't feel like that to me. Like, I know it's never going to happen, but those are totally like smaller, more intimate venue type like albums. She has so much music, it's crazy. Yeah, because she could do a tour for like each like each re-release. She could do so much. But like I thought, and this is pre-COVID, which doesn't mean anything now, but I kind of thought she was gonna do like Lover Fest when it was scheduled, and then like Evermore and Folklore as a tour together. And then I thought she was gonna do like a greatest hits kind of tour. But like that's so much touring. Maybe at this point she'll just do like a general tour. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling like Olivia Rodrigo is like a potential opener. I wanted her to do like a real festival. By that I mean she is the headliner, but there's like multiple acts during the day, and it's like a day. Like there's so many people who could perform. I just thought it was going to be cool. Loverfest sounded like a cool idea, but I don't know. I don't need her to perform the Lover tracks. Yeah, I don't really either. There's a few that I really like I have a real appreciation for Ball Scott, and like I like Miss Americana so much, but overall it's not the word. Like if there had to be a tour canceled, obviously I didn't want any of them to be canceled because I wanted to go, but that's probably the album I would care about seeing live the least. There could be a Lover mega mix. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I would think. Um, I don't know. Like I don't know because like her tours, like she kind of did that for I don't know. Like she did that. She does that a lot on tours. Like during the Reputation tour, there was like mashups of certain songs, and I could see that being an option for Lover. I don't know. Like, would she just perform not her whole discography, but like highlights from each chapter? I don't know. It's like hard to say because she has so many. She could perform for like 2 days straight and still have stuff to perform. I have no idea. I just hope she continues with these like concert movies. And I hope that becomes more of a trend because like I get not wanting to release it while the tour is happening because you want people to buy tickets, but afterwards, like who cares? Put out a professionally recorded version. That's one thing. Like, I wish we had gotten the original Red concert live, but like, I guess it was filmed by Terry Richardson, who, and she, like, he was a creep, basically. I don't know enough to say the whole thing, but like, he was bad. He was a bad person. And she didn't put it out because she didn't want it to benefit him, is what I heard, but I don't know. I wish we could have seen it though. I love watching her like live concert movies. I was also surprised Red debuted with such big numbers. I was surprised too, not because like I thought Taylor wouldn't release a successful album, but because like it's pretty monumental. Like, what was it on Spotify? Like the biggest release weekend ever, or something. I don't even know, but it was like big, big numbers and record breaking. I think it's like her 10th number one album. It's really crazy when you think about how popular Taylor Swift is and how accomplished she is. Like, I know everyone, like, there's so many pop artists that are really great these days. Like, Taylor is one that's going to be remembered for a while. Like, I don't know. Like, she's one of the biggest ever. Like, she might be one of the biggest artists ever. Like, there's artists like, I know groups like BTS that are obviously really successful and popular, but Taylor, like for the single, like solo artist, like it's exceptional. I thought it would sell about or a bit more than Fearless. Me too. Like I thought it would do maybe a little more because people were excited for 10 Minute All Too Well, but like it's pretty monumental. I don't know, it's pretty cool. But I think no way she could top that with another re-release. Yeah, because Red, like it wasn't even just about, oh, it's Red, this album that we like. It was, I don't know, the 10-minute version of All Too Well, and it was all of the drama of that. But I don't know. I kind of hate it because I think it's like a good song on its own. And we don't need to like slander Jake Gyllenhaal to appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what she was gonna do to top this because she constantly like breaks her own records. I can see maybe 1989 doing numbers, but like I don't know. Like I would be really shocked. Here comes the controversial part. I'm excited. I'm excited for the controversial part. Ooh, you might like Fearless more. Well, you know I love Fearless, so that makes me happy to hear that you appreciate Fearless. Yeah, because I know that you weren't like you weren't as much into the country early Taylor stuff, right? Um, they just feel very different to me. Like Fearless is an overall better cohesive piece. But like I love so much about Red, it's like hard for me to say that Red has the bigger highlights. That I think that's the best way to put it. Like Red has the bigger highlights, but Fearless is like consistent all of it. But it's like always been that way. Like the original Red was like that too, not as consistent, but like really big moments. But Fearless is like pretty consistent. I don't know. I've always liked Red and Fear. I've like never disliked a Taylor album probably ever since the first Taylor song I ever heard. I love the first three tracks of Red so much. Me too. I don't know. I didn't really appreciate State of Grace that much originally, but it was the acoustic song she sang on the Red tour when I went to see her, and it made me appreciate it so much more. And Treacherous is really good. I don't know. After I Almost Do, it kind of goes downhill for me. It's very up and down for me, but like there's not a song I dislike. I wouldn't say it's like as like up and down as like your rating, ranking, whatever it is. But I think mine's like it's very inconsistent. Like there's some songs that I will like skip, and some songs that I will just listen to over and over and over and over again. Like I get why it didn't win album of the year when it didn't, but I don't know. It's like kind of chaotic and experimental for Taylor at times. So I gave the album at least the first part a listen. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I like it. I don't know. Yeah, I like the title track a lot. Um, I remember when I first saw the cover the single art for "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together." This was a one time in my life where I was like not as much the biggest Taylor fan, and I was like, "Is that a joke title?" Because I thought it just sounded so cheesy, but I like the song. And Red is now Taylor's highest rated album, right? I think so. I don't know like where exactly I would like find that out. Like, but I would imagine. I guess maybe best selling. I can look up Taylor's best selling album. Mm, it's actually very hard to like find this data. Didn't Rolling Stones give it a perfect score? Yeah, I'm surprised Justice for Folklore and Evermore. Yeah, like I love Red, but like I've said, it's like it's chaotic and it's like not consistent. That's part of its charm. That's part of its appeal. But it's definitely like to me, it's not her best album in terms of cohesiveness. Like Folklore is kind of like fearless in that way, where I feel like it's so consistently good all the way through. Evermore, I feel like that too, but Evermore, like, I don't know. Evermore has this like warmth to it that's like, I don't know. Folklore and Evermore and Woodvale. I still feel like there might have been a third. I don't know. There were so many clues. Part of being a Taylor Swift fan is accepting when you're wrong, though. So, no, maybe not accepting it, but like facing it, like dealing with the fact that you're wrong. Folklore is my favorite album of all time. It's crazy how much I love it. It is for sure up there for me. No album released this year comes close. Weird that Folklore released over a year ago. Like it doesn't feel like it. What a weird year and a half this has been. um, what else has come out this year? I can't even think of that many. There are a lot of songs and albums that I like. I liked Halsey's album more than I thought I would, but I liked it. I like Blue Banisters, but I don't know. Folklore is just like it was a moment. Like that was what being a Taylor fan during 1989 was kind of like. Like it was a moment where like people recognized that she was powerful and amazing. I listened to 20 releases this year. I don't feel like I listened to that much new music. All the new music I listened to this year, like I feel like you're aware of because they were on live streams or for live streams. I can't even think of like that many that came out towards the beginning of the year. You think of like recently, it was like Casey Musgraves and Halsey and what even Olivia Rodrigo's album came out this year, right? My brain is so like the fact that next year is 2022 is insane to me. I still think last year was like 2019. Like when people say last year, my brain goes, "Oh, 2019." Yeah, I have to do a better job of well, I don't really wanna like I don't need to listen to more releases that are, like, really the mainstream releases or whatever, but I feel like I need to do a better job of, like, finding more new music and listening to it because I used to be like that. Like, I used to love finding new artists or new to me artists, but I've just been listening to the same, like, 3 things over and over, and they're all good, but I need more variety in my life. How did I used to discover music? I don't even know. Like just things like Alexa Chung recommended, maybe. Did I listen to Luke Hemmings' album? No, I didn't actually. I want to. Have you? And is it good? Because like I like 5 Seconds of Summer quite a lot, actually, more than I ever thought I would, especially their recent stuff. And I liked Ashton's solo album quite a bit. Like even though I sold it, like I really liked the music on it quite a bit. So I was interested to hear what Luke's would sound like, but I haven't yet. I do want to though. I think I need to stop being so like I need to be in the perfect environment to listen to a new album. I think I need to just like put it on. I liked it. I never liked 5 Seconds of Summer. This album clicked with me. I'm excited to hear like what direction it's in because 5 Seconds of Summer's early stuff was very, like, pop punk, like, Warped Tour, and I love it. But their recent stuff is very, very different, and, like, I find it interesting to hear, like, what their influences are and, like, what their music tastes are individually, so I'll have to listen to it. It seems popular, at least in, like, the vinyl Facebook groups I'm part of. I feel like a lot of people are buying it or bought it when it was, like, for pre-order. Red Desert is the only 5 Seconds of Summer song I like. That's one of my favorites, so I think that's one of their best songs. On that album, though, that album's pretty good. That was I remember when I first heard that song, I was like, "Damn, they're, like, improving." But but I also liked their original stuff too. Very Warped Tour. Very, I don't know, me when I was 13, even though I never went to Warped Tour. I went to buy the blue record, but it's expensive as shipping in Texas. I bet. I don't even know what it would cost, but like, I know that shipping can get very pricey between countries. But I don't know. Did I hear Avril's new song? I listened to it once, but like can't like it was when I was in the middle of something. I think I liked it, but I do want to listen to it again to have an actual opinion on it. I really like I love Avril Lavigne. Like I haven't some of her newer stuff hasn't been like my thing necessarily, but original Avril is like everything. And I'm excited for her. I'm excited that pop punk is having a little moment, like with I don't know. The song is so the best damn thing. First it was kind of meh. Like I like the best damn thing. I'll have to re-listen to it because like I thought I liked it, but I can't like think of any lyrics now, so I have to listen to it more than once to process it. But like I'm so happy like pop punk is back. It's like Avril's there and like Travis Barker's around. I think he's like making music with a lot of people, like Willow Smith and stuff, which I think is cool. Like he's a talent. I don't really understand what him and Courtney are doing, but if they're happy, then that's great, but it's like very surprising. Billy even doing a bit punk. Yeah, I think that like Machine Gun Kelly going like pop punk was very surprising to me. But I think it's good, which is also surprising to me. Like I didn't expect to like his pop punk music at all. But like I love it. Like it's cool that we're doing that. Olivia. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely her like pop punk Y2K aesthetic. I really like it. Yeah, I really like that album. Overall, like the entire album didn't stick with me as much as like individual songs, but I really liked it. And I like her. I don't know. If she opened for Taylor or something, I would be pretty happy, I think. I think it would be a good fit. The album didn't click with me for some reason. I feel like I get it because like a part like Good for You is a song that like clicked with me and like brought me into the rest of the album. But if I hadn't had that moment, I don't know if I would have clicked with the rest of the album. I don't know if that makes sense, but like she's a bit unlikable for me. I don't really know like her personally or her music or what because like I don't really know much about her. I know she was on Disney Channel. I know she was on that show that Jake Paul was on that I never watched because I was definitely too old to watch it at that point. Looks at her music. Oh, okay. I don't know. Like I like some of her music a lot. That sounded shadier than I meant it to. I think she's like her vocals are amazing. She's a beautiful voice, and I love how much she writes her own music. But like there are some songs on her album that are like just definitely better, in my opinion. And some songs just aren't that interesting. Like as an album, it's the songs that I like, I really like. I don't know. Did I buy her? Yeah, I bought the Target version of her album of Sour, which is the blue vinyl version. But I like it. I'm glad I got that one. I still remember all of the Sour merch. Um, drama because I like thought it looked so cute, and then everyone had issues with it. You can definitely hear that Taylor influenced Olivia. Yeah, 100%. And I think she gave Taylor credit on one of her songs because it used some of the tune for New Year's Day or something. Even the standard cover is unlikable. Oh, I like it. I don't know, like it works for me, but I don't know. I get it. It see for me, Sour is one of those albums that seems pretty nostalgic, where like even though you've never heard it before, because it plays off of sounds and themes that I liked when I was 13, so it like feels very nostalgic to me, and I like it. Cruel Summer. Oh yeah, I think was it Cruel Summer? Because Deja Vu had a similar. Like, there were parts of the song that sounded similar. But Good for You is so good. I have to listen to Avril's song again because I really, I don't know, I just like her. There's just something about her that I've always like wanted her to succeed and always wanted her to make good stuff that she likes to make, and I wanted people to appreciate that. Maybe I wouldn't like it that much if I didn't listen to her back then. Yeah, I think I was thinking about that because like sometimes like when I used to do rankings on TikTok, people would say I was biased or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I am biased. Like this is literally my opinion. This is my opinion. Of course it's biased. But I don't know. I think that's true though. Like it definitely nostalgia is a big thing. And what is it? Like when you're a teen, you like really develop your music taste and then everything you like is kind of based on that. I don't remember what the exact thing is, but makes sense. Previous album was her worst, very vanilla. I think so too. Just kind of forgettable is such a mean word, and I don't mean it in a mean way, but I literally have forgotten most of that album. But like she's so capable and talented that was also kind of um, I don't know, disappointing because I know how good she can be, even when it's like a little cheesy, like some of her like very pop punk princess, like skater girl aesthetic, like in the middle of her career. I love it. Like, I don't know. It works for me. I don't know. I hope I get to see her on tour. I remember years ago she went on tour with the Backstreet Boys, and I was so sad I didn't get to see it. That would have been amazing. I love Backstreet Boys. Always like them more than NSYNC. I was telling my boyfriend about that yesterday. I was like, Wes, I I always thought I should like NSYNC more because I liked Britney, but I did like Backstreet Boys. He was like, okay, why did you think you had to? Like, you don't get it. You don't get the feud. Also, Britney's free since last time we talked, I think. Oh, Avril tour. Let me see. I'm so happy for Britney. Okay, so it's a European tour. I'm only seeing Europe dates for now, which is, I think, kind of like that's fine, obviously, but like I think it's nice because I feel like the US always gets spoiled, but also like this aesthetic is great. Avril, I love it. But yeah, Britney's free. I missed it because I was going to see a comedy show and I was like hanging out with my parents, so I wasn't on my phone. And then I went on like before the show, we were waiting, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's it. Like I can't believe it. I can't believe it because it went on for so long. I felt like it wasn't going to happen for some reason. Like I wanted it to, and I knew it should, but like it was just kind of like it just that's it. Like it's done. I was just so I don't know. I was like ran through the my mom and I had like gone to the bathroom and then we went back to Wes and my dad and I was like, "Wes, Dad, Britney's free." And my dad's like, "Oh, good." Like he didn't know what was going on, but he's like, "As long as Britney's free." Um I just I don't know, like it's difficult to think about the fact that she had 13 years of her life stolen from her. Like that's what it is. it really, like, disturbed me to hear about her being forced to have a birth control implant, like, that's really invasive and horrible, and, like, I'm just so happy for her that she gets to make her own choices and, gets to be away from her horrible family, and she gets to enjoy her life because that's what she deserves, and, like, she gets to marry Sam, and I'm so excited for I hope that she really does pursue as much legal action as she can against her dad. Because that also sets a precedent, like, the fact that they were able to get away with it by manipulating the law is so gross, and I feel like they shouldn't be able to get away with that. It's just horrible. I don't know, like, I'm sure we've seen all the same things, like, all the documentaries that have come out recently and stuff, but, like, hearing just the stories of people who are like, Britney wasn't allowed to spend her own money, she wasn't allowed to do this, she wasn't but it's not even about money, it's just about the freedom of it, like, she should be able to enjoy the stuff that she's worked for. It's so evil. I don't know, I like that she was, like, shading Christina Aguilera on Instagram. I was like, I don't know, I just, like, love that she is able to say whatever she wants to say now. I hope she does the Oprah interview. I think Oprah would be, like, a good I don't know, I think Oprah most of the time is a really good interviewer and, like, has a very, um, peaceful vibe, so No, wait. Ugh. It I accidentally deleted No, I don't wanna delete it. Accidentally deleted your message because it, like, um ugh, I don't know if you can see now. Basically, your comment was that her family needs to be dragged. I agree. Christina was trash to Britney in the past decade, but I didn't think she was shady about Britney. Yeah. I don't think she was for Free Britney before Lady Gaga was. Yeah, I think, like, I don't know, anyone who wasn't for Free Britney has something wrong with them. I don't know. You could hate Britney Spears, but if you hated her and still thought she deserved to be in there, like, I would think there was something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not a Britney fan, like, it's obvious that what was happening to her was unjust. A lot of people are like, well, people aren't going to care about other people who are in conservatorships. And I'm like, no, I care. I just don't know how to do anything about it. I think, like, Lou Taylor needs to be stopped. And that's what it is. Because it's not just Britney she's tried to do this to. She's tried to do it to so many people. Like, she's so weird. Okay. The reporter asked. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I also saw a tweet that was like, now that Britney is free, she is inevitably going to say something controversial or weird or off putting, and we need to not, you know, attack her for it because she's like figuring stuff out again for the first time. Like, when she posted something about Jeffree Star's makeup, and everyone's like, you don't want to support him, but like, she doesn't know. I didn't see that many like people being mad about it. It was mostly people being like, Britney, as a friend, I'm telling you, people don't like him anymore. But Travis Scott. What is there a different Travis Scott drama? I just know about obviously Astroworld, and I know about Travis Scott being like an industry plant, basically. Not really, but like his career being basically like coerced, and him just being a shitty person, which is not surprising. He's always given me weird vibes. When everyone was getting excited about his music, I was like, I don't know, there's something about him I just don't like. I don't know. I can't believe that. I don't know. Because like that one guy who was like his former manager or something, who was like, Travis left me for dead. Like when I had like some kind of medical emergency. I don't remember what it was, but like that guy sucks. Like that guy has had done a lot of horrible things. Like I know who he is because he's done so much shit to people. But like he still doesn't deserve to be left for dead. And he also admitted in his video that he made that they basically like fudged Travis Scott's numbers to get him noticed by record labels. So like, I don't know, it like bothers me even more. Like he doesn't deserve what he has. And performing while people are dying, people are like, he didn't know. I'm like, okay. But people knew. Like it's not just Travis Scott the individual. It's like Travis Scott the like the team that like because he might not have known directly. I think he did, but like he might not have known, but like his stage manager should have known. Like he did because he was like he might not have known at the beginning, but he definitely knew for the majority of the time that it was all happening and he kept performing. Like there's no way he didn't know. I think it's a little much when people are saying that he was like attempting to make a sacrifice. Like that's a little bit much, but like he definitely knew people were hurt. I don't know if he knew people were dying. He knew it was an emergency situation for sure. I just can't imagine like he asked the crowd to come close. That's so crazy to me because like the wildest show okay, so not the wildest show. The most dangerous show I've ever been to is the first time I saw Lana Del Rey, where everyone was pushing forward and people were passing out. Like I can absolutely understand how something like that can get dangerous. But for Lana, her stage manager came out and said, if you guys do not step back, Lana will not come out. This is not safe. And he didn't let Lana come out until everyone stepped back. And then they did, and then everything was fine. But like I don't know. And that was like a relatively fine situation. I mean, people were passing out a lot and it was kind of stressful. But yeah, I saw that. Like he like encourage someone to jump from a balcony as well. And like he just encourages this culture of moshing or whatever. But people are like, well, this is what moshing is. I'm like, it's actually like not really. I don't know. I've been to like a lot of shows where people are pretty aggressive, but it's not dangerous to that degree. I don't know. People look out for each other in mosh pits a lot. I don't know. That's just my experience, anyways. But he's like, like, what is that lyric or whatever about like, it's not a mosh pit unless someone gets hurt or whatever it is? Just, I don't know. Like, it's so weird. It's so juvenile. Like, he does deserve jail. He absolutely deserves to be deplatformed and sued heavily for like the lack of security. Like I try not to read about or experience too much about the people who died because it's upsetting obviously and like I just can't because I keep ruminating on it. But like hearing about that one guy who was like who died trying to save his fiance or like the 9-year-old is just horrific. So horrific. Someone like him doesn't deserve a platform. Absolutely. Because like I don't know. Like he doesn't deserve a career. He like I think he deserves like a chance to make money and have a life that's comfortable enough, but like he doesn't need to be famous and rich to accomplish that. He doesn't need this platform. I think the Kardashians are really gross for everything they've done too. I have never been a Kardashian hater. Like I've always actually kind of liked their show and I don't know, I like Kim well enough, but it's really gross to me that Kylie was just like, I don't know, she was being so like she's not responsible, but she is responsible for her reaction to it, which was really gross. I don't know. Like people are like, well, he didn't know people were hurt. Otherwise, why would he let his daughter and girlfriend be there? I was like, because he doesn't care about people. That's why. I don't know. Like they are friends with Lou. Okay. Well, see, the thing is, Chloe Kardashian, like, I get it now that she had a lot of surgery and photoshops her images, et cetera, et cetera. But, like, at the time that I was going through my very bad breakup, like, her show Revenge Body and her, like, book helped me a lot. So I, like, had a special place in my heart for her. But I don't know, sometimes they're really hard to defend. I still kind of like Kim, to be honest with you. Maybe Courtney a little bit, but it's just ultimately gross to like have that much money. I think I don't know. I'm not like a everyone should give up all the money they have kind of person, but I do think it's kind of gross to have that much wealth when, you know, people are dying and starving and can't afford basic things. I don't know, it's gross. Kim is dating Pete Davidson. So weird, right? Like I don't know. Like I hope she's having fun, but it's just so confusing that that is what's happening. I don't know. Can someone please explain why Pete Davidson is so loved by women? He is not good looking. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I mean, he's funny. Like that's always charming. But like, I don't know. It's weird. Usually when I like a celebrity, it's like either they're in a band or they are really, really attractive, which are like my two like celebrity crushes that I can think of. The people Wes refers to as my boyfriend are Damiano from Meniskin and Sebastian Stan. Those are the two, but it's like literally just because I don't know, like Pete Davidson, like maybe he's really nice. He's tall. That's nice. He is funny. Like that is definitely a thing. He's a funny person. I physically, it's not. Maybe it's also because like Ariana dated him. Like people are like, well, if she dated him, then he must have something really cool. He's not. It's not my taste, I guess, but happy for him. I guess I don't really know. Ariana's taste is not it. Nicki is her best friend. Nicki, like Nicki Minaj, or Nicki someone else. I don't know. Why is it flagging your comments? I'm like trying to approve all of them. It said, this message has been held for review. It's the one where he said she is trash. I'm like, well, this is true, so I'm going to prove it. Yeah, she is. Nicki Minaj is trash. 100%. I am frightened of Nicki Minaj fans. And I'm not saying her music's bad or that her art is bad. I just think it's like bad to marry a rapist. Like, personally, I would not do that. And I think that's a mark of a bad person. And I'm comfortable saying that. I don't know. I just think Nicki Minaj is just kind of a gross person. Her music is okay, but like there are some songs early on, especially that I like really um, like the really popular ones. I feel like maybe she's not as good as I think she is. I'm just like scared of her fans, so I like never say she's bad. But like, if they want to argue with me, my point that marrying a rapist and intimidating his victim is not the mark of a good person, then I would love for them to do that. Please argue with me about that. Please tell me that that is an okay thing to do, you know? Nicki Minaj has some really good. Okay, so I remember the first time I ever heard of her. It was when she hadn't even released an album, but she was featuring on a lot of songs. Those were all great. Like she did some great, great work, I think. Like I am frightened of her fans though, but I don't know. Like what are they gonna I don't know. Ultimately, I'm not wrong, so I don't know. It's also okay if somebody doesn't like an artist you like. I don't know. A lot of people don't like Taylor Swift, and it's like, it's fine. I don't know. It's weird to me that people care so much. She's the biggest featured artist. She was so good though. Like all of the songs she featured on. There was that one song Knockout that was like really good. Oh hey, favorite track off of Red, re-record and vault separately. Okay, I have to think about it. I don't like it's hard to say because like there's some Taylor's version Red songs that I love because they are I just love them, and some that I like specifically because they are interesting reimaginings. Like I really like the Girl at Home version. My favorite song on Red, I really like State of Grace or Holy Ground, probably. I think I have to say Holy Ground. I love it. But I loved it before the re-release. I just love that song. And then for the unreleased songs, I like Nothing New a lot, Message in a Bottle, and I don't know, I guess I really like All Too Well 10-minute version. I know that's kind of like a basic answer, but I think it was really good. All Too Well is a bit overrated. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Like, I think people went a little bit too far, but I really like the new verses that she added. Like the new, not just the lyrics, but the melody of it, I really like. I haven't even listened to the standard version except for the first time I listened through it. I just listened to the to like the 10-minute version because I like that new stuff. Do you have a new favorite lyric from the 10-minute version? Okay, so there's so many. Let me try to think. I like the part like there's parts from the new like the first part of the new lyrics where they're talking about driving and she says what is the exact lyric? Something he's gonna say it's love, you never called it what it was, or whatever that exact lyric is, I really liked. I liked all of it. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to decide. What's your favorite? While I try to think of the other lyrics that I really liked. Oh, the one that like broke me was the one where she was talking about how she was looking at the door and her dad said it's supposed to be fun turning 21. That just like broke my heart a little bit. Like just thinking about her parents watching her go through this heartbreak and like I don't know that just the phrase like it's supposed to be fun turning 21 just like I don't know it's like that friendly advice. It's like they're not trying to be too invasive, but like just so you know, this is not how you're meant to be treated. I liked that one too. I don't even remember turning 21 really, to be honest with you. I mean, I do, but I try not to think about it. Um, yeah. I also really like the your Brooklyn broke my skin and bones and the part about I'm a soldier returning half her weight. That kind of got me too. Like it's so sad that so many people can relate to this song, and I wish that none of us could. But like I definitely could relate to those lyrics, and I thought they were really well done. I don't know. I was talking about this earlier, but the All Too Well 10-minute version I liked because it didn't feel like it was just like random lyrics added on. Like it felt like everything she added was intentional. And I like the last 3 minutes were a little long, but the rest of it went by very quickly. I didn't realize I'd listened to like 8 minutes of a song and then I was like looking at it. I was like, I don't even know what's happening. I just got the standard version from her store. I I'm trying to like cut back on my vinyl purchasing or just purchasing in general, so I didn't get both. So I just got the one from her store. It's nice. I really wish I was saying this earlier, but I really wish that it had better packaging because they had two records jammed into each of these, which is what we all expected. But they like wouldn't come out the third and fourth album. I had to like slowly tease it out of there because I didn't want to tear the record at all. But what was I gonna do? Put it in outer sleeves, like the plastic sleeves, and then so this doesn't stretch. Because putting all four is just gonna like make it so this can't close, which is just gonna bother me. But I think it's nice. I also got some merch that is on its way. I don't know. I also like I love like it's often like it's a very similar color scheme to Red, the original one, like obviously because it's reds. But I love this tone to it, like this. I don't know, like it's this richer, browner tone. I just think it's so pretty. I love it. It's like definitely a more mature tone than the original Red color scheme, which I also liked. I'm so excited to see the other album covers. Me too. I like. Do you think it's just going to be a picture of her face on all of them? like the way it's been for Fearless and Red, which are kind of like versions of the cover, versions of the original cover. I don't know, because 1989, I guess, is the only one that's like significantly different in the fact that it's like that Polaroid frame kind of thing. I don't know. I'm excited to see it though. I really want her to like. I know it won't happen, but I like really wish she could re-release the record store day version so people who are selling it for like $700 are out of luck. I hope they replicate it in some way. Me too. I don't know. Like I don't know what I expect all of these versions to have, but like I love thinking of merch ideas. Maybe for Speak Now, a different dress color to show growth. Oh, that'd be nice. I don't know why green just popped in my head. Maybe because it always does, and I love the color green, but or like a teal color. I don't know, but I know that cover's gonna look beautiful. Like with Taylor as she is now in like a flowy dress that way. I think it's gonna look so cool. I'm interested to see if she does something like unique for her debut re-recording though, because obviously that's her first album. It's so personal to her, and it's like just her like face. And for some reason, her like feet on the CD, which is always weird, but like I don't know, whatever. Her debut could get the most basic cover. I feel like it should. I don't know. Like I feel like she's gonna do something emotional and special with that cover and packaging and photo shoot. I didn't know that she could use the tour photos from these eras in her new stuff because I knew the photo shoots were not like owned by her necessarily, but I didn't know she was allowed to use tour stuff, but it's been surprising. If she ever does a rep re-record, I really hope the cover is better. I love some of the promo images included in the rap album, but I can't stand the cover for the standard version. Me too. I hate that cover, and I love rap. I like the okay. Let me say it this way. I like the concept of the cover with like the text on her face, but I just don't like that picture of her that much. I think that it could have been one of the other images. There's one where it's like a side profile. Basically, all of the images that are on the like picture discs. I love all of them. And like, I don't know, there's so many cool things for the rap era that I think she could do. I don't know. I'm excited to see the 1989 era merch the most, though, because I was saying earlier, but I didn't have money when that era was actually happening. So I couldn't get any merch or go to the tours or anything like that. So I'm excited to like be able to get some of it, I guess. To do the magazines too. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There was just, I don't know, I liked her look for that album so much. I'm just excited. And it's like such a fun and unique opportunity for her to re-record and like revisit and reimagine these things. I don't think we'll get another record with 30 tracks. I don't know. Like, how many tracks well, probably like 13, right? Did she do that for all of them for Speak Now? I really, I don't know if I think Speak Now or 1989 coming next. I don't know what I think. Speak Now had okay, so it had the 14 tracks and then the deluxe. Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Was ours a deluxe like song the whole time? If this was a movie, was as well? Is that true or am I misreading this? So there's 14, 15, 16 songs then with ours, and this is and Superman 15, 16, 17. So that's at least 17 tracks, and she'll probably put out Back to December and Haunted acoustic version and mine. So that's already like 20 songs. Do you think she'll announce the album this year or next year? I guess like I have no idea, but people were saying, and every time people are saying stuff about Taylor Swift, I like assume it's not coming true, but I have fun, like being excited about it. But people were saying that she's gonna surprise drop something in December, like her next re-recording. For me, Speak Now is a winter album, and it coming out in January, February makes sense. And 1989 is like an early summer album. So I feel like if she did that, it would fit the tone and aesthetic of the album, but I don't know. I know she cares about awards and records and stuff, and like I don't blame her. Like she has a total right to care about those things, but like at this point, she also like is so successful. Like she can't like the only person she has left to like beat are her like own records and like a few others, of course, but I don't know. She wants those big numbers. Yeah, I mean, like I like Taylor Swift a lot, but she is very like business oriented, and I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. Like, but she is, and she wants to do well, and like I don't think. I think she'll do maybe less of a lead up than she did for Red because that was pretty long. Um, but I can't see her doing a fully surprise drop. Maybe like a week notice, but not like a full surprise drop. I can't see that happening. But I'm really excited for when Rep and 1989 come out because of the From the Vault tracks because I don't know any of those. I don't know what they could be. I know so many unreleased Taylor songs from her early days. You have to go. I probably have to go too. I was just having fun talking about it. I was like, I have to go do a bunch of things, but this was fun. Next week, should we talk about Adele's album? Like, I haven't listened yet, but next week would be like a week and a few days from when it came out. So we can talk about Adele. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll get a video out this week. I really want to. I will say that. So, okay. I will see you guys next week, hopefully, and around maybe in the comments of a new video coming. But either way, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you in a week. Bye, everyone.